Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, and I couldn't be more excited because I was looking up in the sky in the southeastern part of the United States, close to Georgia, and no reason to look up. It was shortly before sunrise, around just right before. Let's see, what time was it? Right before 7 a.m. Eastern, and I just looked up, and I saw. It was really strange. I saw like a red light, traditional type airplane or whatever, but it wasn't that was strange. It was what it was chasing. And there was a string of probably, and they were all white, they didn't flicker, they didn't flash, a string of maybe 20, 30. It was, the ones that were really bright. There could have been some that were less pronounced, but it was just a straight line. And it was going at a steady clip, just kind of like that. So imagine my hand's a straight line. It was long, and it's just going like that, just at a slow rate, but it's just going perfectly straight. And that aircraft with the red light seemed to be chasing it. So when I saw that, my immediate reaction, and I didn't have my Sony Alpha camera that I'm using to film this with on me, but I pulled out my iPhone, and the thing was, there was light pollution where I was. I mean, I could see it. And I pulled out my iPhone and I zoomed in on the iPhone. I don't have the fancy iPhone. I've just got the what is it, the XR that doesn't have the telephoto or whatever. So, I did everything I could to capture a video of that, because I'm like, man, this is like, this is epic content for Irish Guys Adventure Channel. A genuine UFO sighting, but not just one UFO, potentially 20, 30, 40, who knows how many UFOs. And they were all in a straight line, and they were being chased by an airplane. Well, what I think was an airplane with a red light. So, I was super excited, and I got to think about everything, everything that's going on in the news. We got all the political stuff, this, that, and the other. I'm like, now we've got aliens that are coming to Earth. And, who knows where are they going to bring stuff that's going to make us sick? Are they going to come here and try to steal our, steal our Coca-Cola? Are they coming here to bring us some cool stuff? What are they doing? What are their intentions? And I got to think about that, and I'm like, well, obviously that was not an airplane that I saw. Something's not right, and, is it going to be, aliens everywhere? Are they just going to descend and come out and be like, yo, dude, what's up? Or are they going to come out and start shooting at us? You don't know. When you see a UFO, it's one thing. When you see multiple UFOs, it's even worse. And maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. One often fears the unknown. And this is definitely the unknown. I did not expect to see a string of UFOs right before 7 a.m. But since I did see it, and I didn't get it, my iPhone, it wasn't good enough to get a good video of it. So it was really bothering me, because I didn't have a video, and I didn't want people to think I'm crazy. People may think I'm crazy anyway, which is perfectly acceptable. But I saw it, I observed it for a minute or so. I just stood there and just stared. I'm like, that is a straight line full of more than one. That is a straight line of multiple UFOs. How cool is that? And that aircraft chasing it. So since I didn't get the video, this, that, and the other, I started researching it, looking at UFO reports, and I found a UFO report, actually found several UFO reports that seemed to be similar, and then I found a video, and that video was exactly what I saw. The group of UFOs in a straight line, just at a really smooth and consistent speed. So this is where it gets disappointing. So it was SpaceX. And SpaceX, if you're not familiar with SpaceX, SpaceX is Elon Musk's company. That Tesla car guy, the guy that made the electric cars? Well, what Elon Musk has also done is he's created his own little space program. It's called SpaceX. And one of the things that SpaceX has done is launched a series of satellites. And let's see, I'm trying to get the name off the top of my head. It's the SpaceX StarLink satellites. That's right, SpaceX StarLink satellites. And what these are going to do is they're supposed to provide broadband internet throughout the world. So it's a cool idea. But, you know, I'm thinking, and, you know, I mean, that freaked me out. I mean, I was convinced that aliens were landing. And you know, they were in a straight line, and they're just, you know, they're lined up, they're going to land who knows where. But I knew that, you know, at some point that day I was going to flip on the news, and aliens would be on TV, and, you know, happy or angry or whatever. But I was going to have that, you know, the first well-documented interaction with aliens. And it didn't happen, because in this scenario it was just satellites. But if you see it, again, it looks like a string of lights. And if you see it, you will immediately know it's not an airplane, and you will probably freak out and assume that it was a UFO, an unidentified flying object, like I did. And it was an unidentified flying object. It was flying, it was an object, it was multiple objects, and it was unidentified. So it was a UFO. Now, it didn't have the little green men in it. I mean, unless the aliens, they found this StarLink or whatever, and, you know, maybe they're going for a ride on the back of it or whatever, you know, having a good time. Now, that I'm not sure about, because my eyesight's not that good. But if you see it, you will be stoked. You'll be like, man, I saw a UFO. And then you get on Google, and you're probably on Google right now because you found this video, and you were wondering what that string of lights in the sky was. Was that string of lights a UFO? Well, you know, and I'm not saying that what you might have seen is different. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in space now, and especially with all the private space industry, we've got a lot more space junk. I mean, we've got, you know, television satellites, we've got cellular satellites, we've got broadband internet satellites, we've got spy satellites, we've got satellites that they wouldn't even want us to know what their role is. So there's a lot of stuff floating around in space. But aside from the ISS, the International Space Station, this is the most creepy. No, I'll step back from that. This is the creepiest thing that I've seen flying overhead. I mean, it is creepy. So, you know, look it up. Again, it's called StarLink. It's SpaceX StarLink. Look it up. And if you get a chance to see it in your night sky, it'll freak you out. So I hope this video is of value. And maybe if you've seen the same thing and you thought it was a UFO too, maybe this gives you a little bit of closure. Because it was driving me bonkers until I dug and dug and dug, and then found that video on the internet. I forget where I watched it, but it was somewhere online. Found it through Google search. When I watched that video, I was 100% convinced, just because the rate of speed and everything, the way it looked, I was 100% convinced that that's what I saw. So at least at this point in time, I know that what I saw then was not a UFO. Now, I still believe in aliens, and I know they're out there, but this particular sighting was not an extraterrestrial. This particular sighting was just an unidentified flying object, group of unidentified flying objects in a straight line, which I then determined was SpaceX StarLink. So tell me what you think within the comment section below. Have you seen it? Did you get freaked out? And did this video help? Y'all have a good day. And be sure to ring that bell icon when you subscribe to be notified whenever I post another video. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.